One ecosystem, you know them. We not frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So we will run with anybody. No fear, no better than we. No kind, no better than we. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the world. You say, one ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something. Uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something. Uno do something, do something. I'm not bagally chasing. Hey, hey.
And good evening to Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening, Caribbean. Good evening, Will. I am Brother Noel Emmanuel Jack, a co-host for this program Beyond 2021. It's the 20th of October 2021. And indeed, folks, we welcome you to this live television show, this program, where we engage you, the viewing audience, to understand where our world is heading. We are in the age of blockchain technology. Digital currencies and cryptocurrencies, digital assets, are the order of the day, the order of our times, as we advance in the technology, as money becomes smarter. And this evening, we want to engage you in a very important discussion. And with me in studio, so to speak, virtually, my co-host, we have Mr. Cliffe Samlalsigh and his beautiful wife, Donna Samlalsigh, who is an educator. Of course, Mr. Cliffe Samlalsigh is a man who has expertise in finance and mathematics. He's a man with the figures. And then we also have Mr. Derwayne Cadiz, the one and only, also represented here in this forum this evening. So we welcome you one and all. Let's get into the conversation one time, my dear people.
Thank you.
Opening remarks from you gentlemen and lady.
Good afternoon, good evening. A better let South prevail. Would South step up first?
Yeah.
Mr. Dwayne?
Yes, Dwayne?
Right, it's all to you.
Okay.
Can't hear you, Dwayne. Speak up.
Yes,
Yes.
Dwayne?
You hear me now?
Yes?
Yeah. Anyhow, well,
Yes,
good night, folks. Good night.
Good night.
I hope Trinidad and Tobago, like the rest of the Caribbean and by extension, the world, is finding a way to overcome the pandemic. Some people call it a pandemic. We wouldn't get into that, why they refer to that, but clearly it is stated that anytime you want to see where a problem starts and where a problem finishes, just follow the money trail. So that's why they use the word pandemic. There are a number of suppositions and pieces of information out there. Some may not be true. Some, however, may be embellishments. Some, however, is so mind-blowing that you would like to believe that it can't be correct, right? Nevertheless, again, because when you look at where the money trail points to, you start to wonder, my gosh. Anyhow, so why I'm mentioning all of this is because we talk about blockchain here every week. And the blockchain is referred to as the protocol of trust. But before we get into that, let me just allow my wife and Mr. Southman to make the introductions now, please.
Well, I would suggest that the t-shirt that we are wearing, you're learning and you're earning. I love that part. I love the learning though. There's a lot, there was a story I read once, not too long ago, where it said that when people study and refresh their minds, they live longer. I don't know what is the science behind it, but I know God has a way of doing things. So we are learning we are also becoming younger and we are earning. With a new type of currency, one we are introducing you to this evening as we bring to you one cryptocurrency. And I love to spend it because you know what's nice about it? It would start at a certain point, but it continues to grow. And as it grows, it gives me more for my money, more for my crypto. And I love that part about it. What do you think about that, Dwayne? How cryptocurrency is explosive, how it grows. What do you think about it?
Yeah, most definitely. Understanding the system of fractional reserve lending and quantitative easing, we know that money is basically printed in things, and because of that, that is created. So I know that Cliff has some information to put up to share with us, and I'm just waiting to participate in this discussion this evening and bring some information, into the public domain that most people probably don't know or they don't pay attention to, but it's definitely impacting the way you live, your livelihood, and so you need to know. So that's why we are here on Beyond 2021 to share the facts. We gone past emotions, and we know that the information that we are sharing is pertinent, it's relevant, and it's going to be impactful. What you do with the information is totally up to you, because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for our own decisions. So I'm just glad to be a part of the conversation this evening. If Donna,
you have ever played Monopoly? Any of you have ever played Monopoly? Edwin, you ever played Monopoly?
Yes,
Brother Noel, you played Monopoly already?
Yes.
I used to play Monopoly and I loved it. I love when you see I buy Mayfair and Park and all those rich places. It said to me that, hey, I have money and I could spend and I could buy. I'm sure if we were allowed to control our own money, like you said recently, I remember reading where you said, somebody said to me, if you take the money in the countries and you divide it among the people, you'll have a good bit of money to spend. However, there are so many other things besides that needs to be done, and those who are in charge do it. And we're going to share with you something that you may think is monopoly, but it's not monopoly. It's actually the life we live, the world in which we live in. If when I was playing Monopoly, could have print money and buy more houses, put up more hotels, and do all kind of thing, I'm the winner in the game. I am the winner in the game. So this evening, let's share with you a bit of the world's monopoly. That's a monopoly. When you tell me you can do that, I consider that monopoly. You think we can bring it on now, Cliff?
Just so.
Okay.
Before we get into the monopoly situation, I want people to understand that, again, the reason that blockchain concept came around was to procure trust in a system. The system that we operate under, we saw where there have been a number of what people call boom and bust in the economy. All right? By the way, before I get into that, Brother Noel, I know you are an avid observer in this field. I heard that the Ministry of Education, they lighten up on this the situation where they were saying that students who were not vaccinated could not attend forms 4, 5, and 6. But I think the education now Ministry of Education has said that is not so. Do you know that to be a fact? I don't know. Somebody is telling me that.
Yes. They have eased up on the regulations, and they are now allowing both vaccinated and unvaccinated to attend schools, together.
But
right?
Yeah, but somebody was telling me that they had said that was never the intention. Is that so? It was never the intention to create a segment between the two groups.
Well, I don't know about that. Because
okay.
The parents were protesting and teachers were protesting.
Yes, there was a strong protest.
Yeah,
there was petitions being signed.
So I want people to understand something. All right, understand this. I don't know if I could make my point now, or if I should wait until the break up, because I don't know. Anyhow, I'll make my point now. Because of protests, because of resistance by a few parents, a few adults in society, the government had to change the tune. All right? And blockchain is a form of protest to show that, listen, we don't trust the system. It has run its course. All right? That is the system that is headed and heralded by the banks. Because why? You get in the shaft, you making sure the banks grow bigger and bigger. So many businesses falling through in this economic downturn, yet the banks are boasting about how much profits that they are making, right? And you are saying, but wait, it's my money that I put it inside. I scrambling to make ends meet, making sure I have a little bit of money inside there. And they are making it happen, yet it's not working for me. So the system a lot of people felt the system needed a change so it could be more equitable. Understand that this is why blockchain came in. But anyhow, we will pause right here, and if we could take up that point after when we return, please. So
get started now. Get started with your One Academy package. Get started with your starter package. It's only $1,600 TT. Get your financial education from the One Academy. Although it's a beginner package, the information you're going to get from your One Academy starter package, you would have more knowledge than 90% of the world's population on finance for just $1,600 TT. Let's create a revolution. Let's spread the epidemic of our One Academy, One Life. Get it today.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future, but better and greater than that. In our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One Life for More Life, One Academy. Join the financial revolution.
This is Full 100, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then get Full 100. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
All right, we're back. And we ended the conversation with blockchain. And you know, my husband, I have a new fetish, a new thing. I love watching Korean movies. I love it with a passion.
You love it so much, give me one word at Korea now.
One word, yeah. Yeah. That means okay. Or samadia, which means thank you or something like that. But whatever it is, what I found though, I was watching a movie called Startup. And in Startup, we were looking at businesses and technology. the impact of technology in the world today. We're playing around, you know. They were doing self-driving cars, and they had this self-driving car where nobody can touch it. You had to get a license to put it on the road, right? And you are there going.
With the app, I think,
That's right. It works with the app with
Yeah.
algorithms and all those things,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
blockchain. The same algorithms and all those things that govern. It is technology. It is the way the world is going. When people in the States saw a Domino's car drive up to their house with no driver, and the man walked outside and he paid, he received his pizza, and he walked back inside and he ate a real life pizza. What that was. You know what happened in the show though? A guy was protesting, and it was understood because they were going to lose their job because of a crime app that they had developed where it was easier for you to secure your house using this. And he said, but you're changing lives, and you're causing people to lose their jobs and affecting lives. She said, yes, but the world is changing. Whether you want it or not, it is changing. If we don't do it, somebody else will. So if you ignore blockchain now, it's not going to go away. No.
Right.
It is here to stay. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. Your money has changed. There is no question about it. The phones that you're using is no longer me too and you too. It's different types of phones. Do you think because you're afraid of it, it's going to stop happening? No. So you have to upgrade your mind. You have to acknowledge that things are changing, and you have to look at what is happening in the world around you. Don't stand by and don't know. Don't just spend your time not knowing. And in knowing, you should read, understand, and apply what you know. That's a little bit of advice.
Yeah. Right. To us again, all I was saying is I wanted persons out there to understand why blockchain entered our lives. Persons must understand that there has been a serious debt situation around the world. The global leaders, whether it be first world countries right through to third world countries, right? I hate that term, but that is how we are being branded or categorized. And then we in the third world try to fight for status to say that we are a leading third world country. I mean, it's like rats in a barrel jockeying for position. You understand? So I didn't like to get into that. But anyhow, so we look down, we in Trinidad and Tobago feel more fortunate, and we look down at other persons and them and feel that, okay, you know, we better off. Well, the thing is that unless we get with the times, as Donna says, unless we feel that we don't need to do anything about our lives and we can remain as contented as we are, because after all, the index already had Trinidad and Tobago as one of the happiest countries in the world, right? You see how the Calypsonians say, the city could burn down, but we jamming still? That is us. If, according to Donna, according to Dwayne, according to Brother Noel, they have been advocating, this is the way the world is heading, and people still holding on and saying, don't worry, man. We're going to just watch and see if this blockchain thing and this cryptocurrency thing going to happen. And in the meantime, while you're watching on, it is galloping away, and you are still there wondering if I should jump on the horse. What are you going to do? When your horse done bolt from the boxes, is then you're going to decide to jump on. By that time, you can't jump on the horse. The horse is still in the box, right? The horse stamping its hoof on the ground because it's ready to rumble. And we're asking for you to come on a jockey onto this horse. Blockchain came in because the political leaders have been lying to us. We see several examples in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm sorry to say it, it has been here. All right, down to today where you see the saying, listen, when they say I'm broad the situation with the education, where they say, listen, it was never the intention to have a line of demarcation between vaccinated and unvaccinated students. I remember 2 weeks ago when they had a meeting in a school, Fatima College to be exact, and it was stated then that based on some regulation, it had to happen. This is what was being touted 2 weeks ago. I, the very education minister, now they change it to that. We have been hearing a lot of that. All right? I am not stating that I am pro or against vaccination. I am not about that. I am just saying that, hey, I am not, I don't know how to react according to some of the words that is coming out of those persons who are in authority, right? So, same thing when people get up on an economic stage, all right, you have different economic forums and trying to tell you about, listen, we are going to make your country better. That is why we give you a loan, or that is why China would give you money, right, to help you to come out of the situation, not knowing that China is taking a lien or taking collateral in your public utilities because they know when you default on your payment, that property now becomes theirs. It is in your country, but is under the ownership of the Chinese government. It is no longer yours. So you're only watching it and wishing it could have been yours. So blockchain came about to start to remedy these problems that have arisen to that kind of system. And we are saying, try to understand what we're talking about. You notice I keep talking a lot about how blockchain is here to be able to prevent problems that have been happening in the past, that have been affecting our lives. Blockchain has been here. A number of persons refer to it as being able to level the playing field. How could it level the playing field if you're not on board? If you're watching from outside, and it is supposed to level the playing field according to a number of persons, and you still wondering. I had a neighbor of mine met me a couple of days ago. He said, Cliff, I see you and the wife talking a lot on these programs. I need to get to you. Now, this is not the first conversation he has had with me. He still had to get to me as with regard. He said, because I need to make to make a decision and to make a step. All right, talking it is one thing. We had to make that step. And you need to put your foot into the water. You need to test the water. If you want to know whether the water cold or warm, you need to put your foot in and then get in.
The nice thing about it is not only putting your foot in the water, you are bringing knowledge to them so they get an understanding of what the water has in it.
Of course. So when you jump in, when you getting into this body of water now, you getting in knowing that you have a lifeguard right there in case you're getting problems. You're getting a swimming coach beforehand to let you know when you get into the water, how to swim, how, if it have a little current in the water, how to get around the current and navigate. So you're not there on your own. Also, besides the education that you have persons like us around there who you can lean on. Why? Why you want to lean on us? Why would we be eager to want to help you guys? Because you're coming part of a community called One EcoSystem. Right? A chain is as strong as its weakest link. So if the four of us here understand so much about what we're talking about, and 20 persons decide to come on board after tonight, 20 new persons, and we don't share this information and help bring you guys up to where we are in our understanding, guess what's going to happen? The chain is as strong as its weakest link. The community will only be as vibrant, not as the four of us, but as the 20 of you who we not sharing information with. So it is imperative that we try to bring you guys up to speed, but before we can do that, you gotta get on board. Come on, understand what this blockchain is about. Understand why our system, our ecosystem is different to other cryptocurrencies out there. Understand why we say that when 3, 4, 5 years down the road, when a number of other cryptocurrencies have come on board and fallen by the wayside, why we feel confident that we will still be standing. Understand that. Understand why we're telling you guys, if you come on board, or once you come on board, that don't expect to feel as though your life is going to change in 2 weeks or even 2 months' time. This is a process. You're going to work, you have been working for 8, 10 hours a day, for how many days a week, for how many years so far, and your life still hasn't turned around as you wanted. So if we tell you, give us 3 years here, is that asking too much in this business? Right? We still have kinks we have to work out in our system. Right? Some of our IMAs who are here with us would tell you that, listen, hey, certain things they are still seeing being developed on our platform. Why? Because we know we want to be able to keep progressing. However, I could assure you where we were 2 years ago compared to where we are now is a big difference. And guess what?
For sure.
We here 7 years now. 7 years. So you don't think that there's a little something that we know about? But I think that's talk enough for a while. I could leave Dwayne and Brother Noel to talk a little bit.
But they will come back in because we get nearer to the break, right, guys?
Yeah.
We get very close to the break. You want to put a pin in it and we return, right?
All right.
Take care. Eric, take us out.
Do you know? What am I speaking about? Do you know what is cryptocurrency? Do you know what is blockchain technology? Are you aware of what we currently face on a regular basis with quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending? Do you know? I am inviting you to come out of the financial darkness and into financial light. The only way for us to achieve that is with education. And one particular type of education is what I'm speaking about. I'm asking you to join the One Academy. It is a financial revolution of teaching regarding introduction to finance, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, helping you understand the world of money and what is money. What is money? Money is simple. It is what we agree upon to exchange for goods and services. If you want full comprehension, join the One Academy.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future, but better and greater than that. In our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One Life for More Life, One Academy. Join the financial revolution.
All right. Dwayne, this is your baby. Time to play some Monopoly. Love it. I want plenty of money when you're sharing me, eh? Okay, make sure you give me a good. I am the person who I like to get a little extra money and hide and cover for to buy my house in Monopoly. All right. So Eric, put on that slide and let's talk about $1 trillion coin, boy. $1 trillion coin. Look at it, big money wine they call that.
Within hours.
Yep.
Within hours of an emergency decision. So this article speaks to the fact that this is one of the options that the US has chosen to deal with their debt crisis, right? So in the article, What it's about is that the US has reached the point where they are maximum capacity for their foreign debt. And one of the options being considered is to mint a new coin worth $1 trillion US, right? And the coin is said or supposed to be made of platinum. What you're actually looking at there on screen were the dies. So those are the stamps that were to go on that particular coin. So those are the actual dies, and they would have to tweak them in certain circumstances and create this $1 trillion platinum coin to which that they are going to eliminate debt. You know, and we know that it's a debt game, right? We've been talking about it for some time now. I even listened to Trevor Noah, the comedian, joke about it when he said he came to America and he's accustomed purchasing things with cash, and he went to make purchases, and they were saying, listen, you need credit. He said, but I have the cash right here. They said, no, we don't deal with cash. We're into credit. And so it's a debt-based society, right? Even their educational programs, they talk about student loan debts. These are debts, mind you, that they don't forgive those debts. They don't wipe away those debts. So if you went to college and you took student loans to pay for your tuition, those debts only stop the day that you make the final payment, right? And that's how ridiculous the system is. And we see it trickling down into our system as well, where we are starting to live in this debt-based economy, a credit-based economy. And that speaks to deficit spending. We've spoken about it numerous occasions on the program, where we in this generation reach into the future and we spend the money of the unborn generation to their detriment, right? And I am definitely passionate about that because I think it's personally unfair. Why should another generation pay for the misgivings and the bad decisions of this one? Why should they? Why should they have to live their entire lives trying to fill a hole that they didn't create, debt-wise, right? And that is what Cliff was speaking to in relation to the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is here to create a system that is transparent, that is traceable, that is trackable, that would eliminate corruption. If you are Trinidadian in today's society, you've really, it's reached here. The level has reached here, and probably for some people even higher, where you're fed up here about corruption, you're fed up here about the people who are in charge of the public purse making decisions to benefit themselves and the people closest to them without considering the impact on the public, the impact on our school children, the impact on our elderly, the impact on those persons who want to contribute to society, but find it difficult because of the numerous challenges being faced, right? We have resources, we have taxi drivers fixing our roads in Trinidad and Tobago. When we pay taxes, when we pump gas, it's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. And it's high time that we start to understand where the world is going. We've been here for some time. We've been talking to the nation. We've been talking to the public. A lot of people, they don't trust anybody anymore. And they have good reason to, because their trusts have been abused. Donna and Cliff, if you agree with me, you could say yes or no. Trust has been abused, right, by the powers that be and from leadership.
So what Hamza just said, he said the blockchain technology is inevitable.
Correct.
But they can't hide. In fact, it is moving throughout the world. It is like what we used to say long time, molasses run out of a bottle. It's slow, but it's sure. It's coming out of that bottle no matter what. That is what the blockchain technology is like. Because when you look up on television, when you're looking at shows, when you're looking at the world, when you're listening to news, once your ears is tuned in, it's happening. Brother Noel, what you think about what Dwayne just said? I mean, just say that's really awesome points, because the thing about it is, no matter what we do, it is coming. Like molasses out of a bottle, it's slow, but it's sure. Hamza said it just now. He said it is inevitable. And we need to understand that. Brother Noel,
Yes.
what do you think about the point that was made?
Yes, before I talk about what Dwayne said, it's raining where I am in Arima, so excuse the noise, right? Getting back to what Cliff talked about, the blockchain, and the blockchain bringing value to our modern society, and the blockchain bringing that sense of trust, that sense of security, that sense of efficiency and effectiveness, you know, that sense of transparency. It is so important now because the current financial system we see, there are loopholes, there are a lot of corruption going on, and also mismanagement, where with the blockchain, it will become evident to everyone, and people will be held to account for what is happening, you know? So the whole issue of the origin of the blockchain is one that is up for debate. Even the origin of cryptocurrency is up for debate. But needless to say, it is a technology that is needed. It's an advancing technology, and we see the likes of all the major corporations of the world, the major banks of the world are getting involved. So it just makes sense to me that our government and the people in the private sector recognize the need for it. We are too slow to adopt, we are too lethargic to embrace this technology that is becoming mainstream and advancing all over the world. Okay? While we are a nation, while we agree with a democratic process, we see because of international institutions like the Federal Reserve of the United States and other instruments and organs that we are signatories to, our own independence is being eroded and being weakened. You know, so we need to really take a stand. Our country needs to take a stand and get with the program of blockchain technology and get with the program of cryptocurrencies. We have been articulating the position here on Beyond 2021 every Wednesday night. It is time for those who are in a position of finance, in a position of authority to understand what is happening in the world and embrace the technology. Because it is not turning back, as you said, it is inevitable. It is where the advancement has taken place. And it just makes sense because here you're dealing with a cryptocurrency that is not volatile, a cryptocurrency that you can track. You know, we have KYC embedded on our blockchain, know your customer, right? And there's mass usability of our coin. Our ecosystem is one that is comprehensive and that can actually suit the needs of people of Trinidad and Tobago, the needs of the Caribbean, and the needs of the world. You know, whether you raise the debt ceiling or not, Dwayne and Donna and Cliff, the issue is this system is so hacked, it is so programmed that we have to constantly be indebted to these international bankers and these institutions. And if that constantly occurs, what is going to happen? The nation will become more crippled. The nation will have to subject itself to advice from these people like the World Bank and the IMF and so on. And usually it is not in the best interest of the country. It is usually to control. It is usually to subjugate some sector.
Yeah, but
we are crippling as it will because of it.
Well, what people say, what people maybe not understanding, and Dwayne trying to explain it all, how boy, is that the debt that you're getting in your economy, if you're not paying for it, your children will be paying for it, or your grandchildren will be paying for it. Somebody had to pay for it.
Exactly.
And is that really fair? Is that most of us, when we go out there, we work with the hope that our children will have a better life than we have had. But you know something? The mere fact that we are creating more debt for our children, we are doing the wrong thing.
It's this economic slavery. That's what it is.
How many times have you heard people talk about, boy, the good old days? Right? Why is it the good old days? Because as times move forward, it seems as though the better days are those that were behind, because it seems as though things were more affordable then. Right? Imagine in my country, most persons watching the parents' house, because as far as they're concerned, I wonder if I could get a room in my parents' house, so when I have my wife or husband with my children, I could get a part of the land to add on a little extension. So really? That is the mindset of this generation now. And it's because they're forced into it.
That's right, it's forced, because when you look at a house for $8 million, when you're going to buy something at the kind of prices they have on a 2-bedroom house, sometimes you're going through the adverts and stuff.
You're seeing some 3-bedroom houses now that are being advertised openly, $1.25 million, right? Come on. How many persons could, I talk about young people now,
the young people
how many young persons could aspire to get something like that? The down payment of that, if you're asking 10%, is $125,000. By the time you raise for legal fees and so on, next 25, that is $150,000. So how many young persons could raise $150,000 to meet a 3-bedroom house, you know? Right? How many persons? So you always playing catch up. You'll never be able to get that.
And not only that, it's destroying marriage.
Moving the goalposts, guys. They keep moving the goalposts. So every time thing gets attainable, they keep moving the goalposts.
We'll be back. Listen, call Sarah if you want more information at 744-5503. Find out more about this business. It's worth your call.
And God said, let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body. Stretching from ancient past to our modern times, we bring to you all the natural therapies: solar therapy, hydrotherapy, song therapy, aromatherapy, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, and homeopathic remedies, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
Good day all, my name is King James, part of the One Life Network Caribbean team. If you have no knowledge of what is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, I'm inviting you to get started with this concept. It is $1,610 TT for you to participate in a financial curriculum that will help shape your world and your future. But better and greater than that, in our curriculum, there's no school that teaches our children about finance. This is a unique opportunity for you to get involved in practical and theory. You need the best of both worlds. The theory we offer allows you to participate in the practical. Position yourself strategically. Get a starter package from one of your local IMAs somewhere near to you, some cousin, friend, uncle, some loved one. Do not hold back yourself from getting started with our organization. One life for more life. One Academy. Join the financial revolution. Do you know what am I speaking about? Do you know what is cryptocurrency? Do you know what is blockchain technology? Are you aware of what we currently face on a regular basis with quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending? Do you know? I am inviting you to come out of the financial darkness and into financial light. The only way for us to achieve that is with education. And one particular type of education is what I'm speaking about. I'm asking you to join the One Academy. It is a financial revolution of teaching regarding introduction to finance, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, helping you understand the world of money and what is money. What is money? Money is simple. It is what we agree upon to exchange for goods and services. If you want full comprehension, join the One Academy.
Remember, learn and earn. So you're being educated. We are opening your mind. We're sending messages to you. We want to motivate you to go out there and search. Find out what these people are talking about. These 4 people coming before me every Wednesday to talk some sort of thing about one cryptocurrency. I don't know you. I don't know you, so why should I listen to you? You listen because education is important to open your mind. We have an ecosystem. You see it in the little corner on the screen. You know what I love about it? It is around a body, a community of people who have decided to go with the trend. The trend is cryptocurrency. Our trend in this community is OneCoin cryptocurrency, and we're very proud of it. When that was developed, someone said, hey, let's not make this speculative like the others. Let's give it an opportunity to be used. So Dwayne purchased. And look, Hamza joining me. I love when Hamza talking. You know. He said the world is changing so fast. And the biggest part of our digital transformation is to change the way we go. Thank you, Hamza. That is so true. The world is changing so fast. So hear what? We are now as a community using our one cryptocurrency to purchase car, the land, house internationally in Dubai. They said, I want to buy a house in Dubai and I'm ready to move. Yeah. He's not ready, but I'm ready to move, right? Okay, you're buying food, you're buying little groceries, sandals, slippers, bag, alligator bag, your wedding ring, all kind of thing. The thing about it is, this is the transformation. So we as a community embraced one cryptocurrency. We use it to buy stuff. Okay? Talking very simply here. We help, we assist. We have a charity arm of this business where we help young people, educate them, help them with their books. We do that. Put a little meal on your table. We do more than just say, you know, we are here to help. We do more. We go look for them, be with them. We continue and we are moving just like everything else. There's a movement within this community that is going to take us to a better place. I am glad I didn't sit back and do nothing, because I often say that time is your greatest enemy, because people expect things to happen in a minute. And when you have to wait for something that is going to take a little longer, a lot of people tend to give up. Give up. Ask my husband about me. I am very, how should I call myself? I like to say stick to it. I know I talk a lot truth. You talk more than me. Don't worry about that. If I'm watching a movie, well, I stop it now, eh? But long term, if I'm watching a movie and the movie's tripping, I wouldn't move. I will stay in front of that TV and don't move until I see the end of the movie. It's the same thing I'm doing now in this community. It's not going to be an end. It's going to be a very awesome continuation. For some of us, it will be the beginning. But I am saying to you, one cryptocurrency, an ecosystem, a community that is built right in your neighborhood, right next door. Get online and find out more.
One person to understand the power of our ecosystem, what Donna talking about. A friend of mine who is an IMA in this business told me that where he is working is now designated a safe zone.
Yeah.
So as a result of it, because he is unvaccinated, he no longer could work there.
Yeah, he was safely sent home.
Right. So
Yeah,
right. So he could not work there. And I then thought, you know something? Even if there comes a point where persons who are unvaccinated or even persons who are vaccinated, but understand something, the vaccinated persons, you're going to have friends and or family who are unvaccinated. So you cannot be vexed with them. Right? Remember, they made a decision.
About their body.
But whatever their choice, that is their choice. You still want them to live. Within our ecosystem, if they are part of our ecosystem, because of how vibrant we want to develop this, and we can only do this with you guys. Right now, it is not as vibrant as we would like it. We're not talking about something. We want this thing to be mainstream, so much so that when somebody comes to do some plumbing work by you,
the first thing
is that, yes, you can go in and find a person on the platform, and you can use your currency, which is your coins, because that person is part of the community, within the ecosystem. So vaccinated persons or unvaccinated persons who feel that they are being targeted or feel as though they don't have much hope,
we provide a solution.
Because we have an ecosystem that accommodates one and all. We don't discriminate here. You understand? You can come on board and understand that you can live. That is what we build in. So we providing a solution. We ain't just here to talk and hoping that we take your money, and it's nothing about that now. This is about now survival and moving ahead. So if what I've been saying before didn't make much sense, I hope this would get out to somebody and that they would be able to understand, or emotions would drive them to take a closer look at what we're talking about. Because whilst governments, because I'm seeing what's happening around the world in some countries, namely like Canada, Australia, where they're taking almost a violent position, right? And I am saying that, hey, before this country could even think about going there, I'm talking to my people here, we have something right here for you guys to help insulate you from that position when it reaches your doorstep. All right? Don't wait until it reaches your doorstep to run to us to say, listen, I want to come on board, and don't wait until that is your position. I think the people and them who are advocates of the Bible often talk about the 10 virgins. When 5 were prepared and 5 weren't prepared, what happened when the master came in like a thief in the night? All right. So all I'm saying is that you are now being forewarned, and there's a saying, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Get on board. All right. So I just wanted us to add that based on what Donna's talking about our ecosystem.
That's a beautiful addition. Dwayne and Brother Noel, join our One EcoSystem. Be self-aware. Don't let schooling get in the way of your education.
Ouch.
I'm going to read that again. Join our One EcoSystem. Eric, bring it back up, please. Join our One Ecosystem. Be self-aware. Don't let schooling get in the way of your education. Because when they school you to think a certain way, your culture, your mind locked down. Hey, don't lock down your mind, be locked down enough. Open your mind to new things. Join us and Brother Noel. What you have to say as we join to the close?
There's strength in numbers. And what I love about our system is that throughout the world, economic activity is happening, but it's renowned not only to the benefit of those who are involved in the economic activity, but those of us who are a part of the system. Because we have one common denominator, and yes, the strength of any network is the people. Keeping them happy, fulfilled, engaged, and you've got a successful community, and that is what our founder's vision was from the start.
That's right.
Educated miners, because when you're educated about the process, you're going to add value to the community. It's not about your individual pursuits only, but when you add value. Cliff spoke about it earlier. China has added value to the world simply because they've learned to create and to multiply tasks and things, so that now they are mass producers of goods that are sold the world over. Be like China. Be a person of value, contribute to the whole, and create value for yourself in the process. That's all we're asking of you.
I love that.
Okay, yes, and for my closing remarks, folks, cryptocurrency is the way to go. Blockchain technology is an inevitable technology. It's not going back anywhere. And it just makes sense to get on board. I mean, if the world is adopting cryptocurrencies, there are several out there. It is more efficient. It is more profitable. You have greater purchasing power with these stable cryptocurrencies. We are advocating our one ecosystem, our one coin as the most viable option. We are engaging 196 countries of the world. We have e-commerce with our Deal Shaker platform, where you can actually utilize our coins, on that platform in several countries around the world. Yes. Everyone, you can contact Sarah at 7445503. It makes sense to get on board. Yes, it makes sense to get on board. So that's my closing remarks. It has been great being with you all here.
Muriel just made a strong point. Education empowers you. Eric, can you bring that back up as we close? Yeah. It was a beautiful point.
She said our one ecosystem.
Our one ecosystem
empowers through education.
That's right. That's our way to close.
As somebody pointed out to me recently, if you see a donkey carrying a set of books, that does not make it a bright donkey. It's just a jackass on the load. So please, people, please. That's right. Come and understand our education.
I love that.
Don't buckle under the load you have been carrying for years. Come and relieve yourself.
Right? Have a good one. See you next week. Okay, don't forget, call Sarah. Get more information. 7445503. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on.
Yes,
guys, we'll chat again next week. Great conversation. Take care. Bye.
I'm down. Okay.
Taxis don't like Uber, hotels don't like Airbnb, bookstores don't like Amazon, cinemas don't like Netflix, banks don't like Bitcoins. Every innovation which has power to disrupt is disliked in the beginning. But we all know that people who understand and are willing to take the risk at the right time in the future technology, they are the ones who are often rewarded in life. The best time to invest in the technology was yesterday. The second best time is today.
One ecosystem, you know them. We not frightened for nobody, but we respect everybody, and we better than everybody. So we will run with anybody. No fear, no better than we. No kind, no better than we. Step on me one and say, one ecosystem to the world you say. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not talking. One ecosystem will do something, do something, do something, do something, uno do something, do something. I'm not bag of chasing. Hey.